1994, it was a time when the technology was just exploding, and I went and I started working at Philips Electronics. And so it wasn't really clear at that time in 94 whether all this data was going to be communicated by the internet or on CD-ROMs. There was no DVDs at the time, those weren't even here yet. So I'm really dating myself, but it was a very interesting time, number one, to be a woman in technology, and number two, to be a very, very beginning of when this industry was really becoming, changing the way the world was being wired and the way data was being communicated and the way advertising was being communicated. So after spending 2 years at Philips, I decided to start Digital Instincts. Really, most of my business was through word of mouth, and it still is very much through referrals, and that's why the networking is such a key part of continuing to grow my business, because a lot of it is word of mouth. So I learned the hard way, I really did. What happened was there was a core of a few agencies back then in 1996 through 1999. And one of them was Razorfish. And just to give you a comparison, within 1 year of my agency, and our clients were very large clients. We were working with Sun Microsystems, JP Morgan, Bankers Trust, Deutsche Bank. We had built interactive applications across all of these large banks. And so had Razorfish, and they were also doing projects simultaneously in a lot of the banks. And I remember that within 1 year, Razorfish had gone public. And I was like, wow, that's crazy, because they had like 6 people and we had 6 people, and I knew that they were working on a Dow Jones project and we were working on a large Dow Jones project. But what happened was there was a support system of men who were in that company, and I was a woman running a small agency at a time where there wasn't, there weren't networks and, women organizations to help women, at least I wasn't aware of them.
Yeah.
I think, for women, it is, there has been this evolution that for me as a woman business owner has been a process that to understand how it's not enough just to own the client, that you really have to build a network of support around you to find, advisors, mentors. In 2010, we had a big loss of client, and it happened because there was a very big reorg in one of our largest clients, and as an agency to that brand, we were also out. And what we were talking about was that clearly you have to be prepared for those ups and downs. And you have to know that that can happen to you whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you are an employee. But I think it's really, really important for women to understand that you could be the best possible employee, and a third party comes in and evaluates the company structure and says, this division has to go and you're out of work. So you have to really think about what your skills are, be really good at it, think about how you can take your current skills and innovate. For us, that was all about geotechnologies. There's so many women that now are really sort of coming out from behind the desk saying, I did this at a time when there wasn't this support system, and I want to be here to help the other women and really bring us all up, and not sort of stay in a box and stay where, we're not all helping each other. Because collectively, by sharing the knowledge, sharing our experiences, sharing how we've we've gone about becoming successful is empowering to the next person. My advice would be to do what you like and be really good at it. You cannot fear. You have to get up. Like Sheryl Sandberg is right. You have to lean in, and you have to really learn to put those fears behind you because they're useless. The fearing failure is useless energy because it's not gonna allow you to take a chance. The advice is you have to show up. You have to go out. You have to take a chance, and you have to introduce yourself. You have to work on your messaging. You have to, there's definitely steps. We don't get out of college and go, okay, I want to start my own business, I'm going to do this, and there's no blueprint. But I think the fundamentals for being successful are not letting the downs take the best of you. You have to get up every day and see your future and say, this really is valuable. What I believe in is valuable. And then, because perseverance is huge, and learning how to be nimble and not learn from your failures. Don't let the failures eat you up, because those, you learn from your mistakes. And as a business owner, you have to make money. Be fearless.